Hey guys, it's been a while since I made a little video. Haven't had much to say. Trying to stay low. Shoulder is coming along. It's still hurts. Range of motion is limited. I started rehab Monday, and it's gonna be a while. Try to get the range of motion back, and then the strengthening. Night times are still the worst. But hey, it's all part of this life. I look outside because it's been pretty cloudy lately. The whole weather thing is just strange. I guess it was beautiful. All of a sudden, we had this storm come in from nowhere, lightning, buckets of rain. You know, I've been thinking a lot about this BP oil mess that we have out in the Gulf, and I don't know. I smell a rat. I smell rats in a lot of things. That's just me because I think and I try to analyze things. There was a movie that Nicolas Cage was on called The Knowing, and in that movie, this same exact scenario was being played. And I know a lot of people don't believe what I say, or they probably think I'm some sort of conspiracy nut or whatever else, but if you really analyze some of these things, and you really, really think and start saying, gosh, here it's 36 days. They still haven't been able to cap this thing. Do they really want to cap this thing? Or do they want to create a major deal, a major event? If we look back at 9/11, before the planes hit the building, the actual airplanes that were supposed to intercept these planes were told not to because they were having some sort of play scenario. And when the actual event took place, the airplanes didn't work. Things are set up that way. They create order out of chaos, more governmental control. You see, the way the system works is they create a problem to then find the solution, and the solution is usually to take away more and more of our freedoms. All you have to do is go back in history. Just do a little homework and go back in history and see how it's done. Bottom line, government wants to control everything. In the long term, it's going to be one governmental system controlling the entire globe. The globalist elite. The bankers are doing these things. Look what's going on in Europe and Greece. They're having a fit about the bailouts. Well, we had the same bailouts here. It's like, do we not see the pattern of what's taking place? Because everything's patterned. The elites or the Illuminatis or whatever you want to call these group of people, they pretty much follow a little pattern to everything they do. So it's not hard to know what they're going to do next. And then they always find a boogeyman, someone to blame. And we put all our energies in blaming the terrorists, the communists, all sorts of scenarios. So we don't find out, hey, wait a minute, there's somebody pulling these little strings. I predict that they're not going to be able to stop this gush. I predict that this is going to cause such tremendous problems that the government's going to have to step in, and they're going to have this regulatory systems, and our gas prices are going to go up because it's going to have to go up. All this gas is being wasted in the ocean. So this is not going to end pretty. I feel it in my heart. But this is only the beginning of the scenarios that they're going to start shooting at us because they have big plans. That New World Order that they've been pushing for quite a while now is just around the corner. And it appears to me that we're not strong enough to be able to deal with things. We always want the government to help us out. Oh, the government hasn't stepped in. So in one breath, we're saying we don't want too much government, and in another breath, we're saying, oh, please come help us, because we just, I don't know, don't have it in us to help ourselves. I mean, it's our history. We've always waited for a savior to come sweep us off our feet, like Jesus. And all in all, the ones that we have been waiting for is us. We are the ones that need to step up to the plate. Stop being lazy, stop depending on technology. If we didn't depend on oil, and if we, I don't know, if we had a little bit more gusto, we wouldn't have these problems. I mean, yeah, it's nice to have all these modern comforts, but these modern comforts are going to end up killing us. It's going to be the end of our species. You know, there's different scenarios that could take place here. And call me a Luco or whatever you want, but I believe that they're going to create such scenarios where the last card that they have is to introduce aliens from outer space that are going to come and save our planet because we are such bad hosts to this planet that we're going to destroy it. So, boop, alien scenario coming in. And the aliens that are going to come in are not the good guys. Just like there's good people and bad people, well, they're good aliens and bad aliens. And the bad aliens have hijacked our government for the longest time. Actually, the bloodline of the elitists that live here come from those alien races that have been cohabitating on our Earth. They've been here for the longest time. So the scenario is that they're going to introduce these individuals, and because they know that something's up with Mother Earth, something will happen between December 21st, 2012 and March 21st, 2013, where there's going to be major changes in the planet, and I have a feeling the planet is not going to be inhabitable. Research that I've done says that this planet is going to evolve into a star. So all they plan to do is to transport X amount of us elsewhere. And that's where these spaceships are going to come in. Call me mad, call me whatever. I've done a lot of research on this, a lot of reading, and it makes a lot of sense to me. A lot more sense than the whole scenario Bible story, all these lies that they fed us that it was fine when we didn't know how to read back in the day. But, we've evolved. Our minds have evolved, and there are just so many different scenarios. Anyway, just giving you my 2 cents. I write a lot about that in my music. The first album, Enslaved, has a few songs about that, and I have many more. Um, as I am getting better, I plan to start performing more and getting out there, and eventually I will be putting out another album. Uh, I don't know. I like to think outside of the box, and I try to get others to do the same. At least pose some questions, because it's some of the scenarios we see in the media. It's just so cookie cutter, so cookie cutter, and just I don't know. I always break things down and I analyze them, and it just doesn't seem right. This gushing oil, and we're all sitting around going, day, 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 what do we do now? You know, they knew exactly what they were doing. They know everything they do is calculated. Everything that happens in this world is calculated. We have what we call master programmers, people that run our world, and we think we have choices, and we think, that everything is status quo, that everything just happens. Oh, because wow, no, it's all calculated and it's all set by these people. All I have to say is, hold on to your hats, buckle up, because it's gonna get more and more interesting. The plot will thicken. I just sit back and, you know, I don't know. Sometimes I'm lost for words because if I say too much, people turn around and say, "Man, this guy's kook." But all I have to say is, in time, what I've been saying will just be so visual that people are gonna go, "Wow, how did he know?" Well, I have, and you have, a little place here above your heart, a little beacon of truth that guides you. It's your instinctual heart that tells you stuff. You start listening to that, you start knowing. All right, guys, time is gonna be up in a bit. So hey, love you guys. Take care, and I hope to be out performing and doing my stuff. Love yourselves too.